You unlock this door with the key of imagination. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of mind.
A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. Shadow and substance.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Shadow and Substance. This is Nick.
Chris.
Cyrus.
All right.
I don't know if anybody made out what your name is, man.
It's Cyrus.
Cyrus the Virus.
That's a good nickname.
I mean,
I like Jaybird more. No.
Jaybird?
Yeah, Jaybird. I want to go by Jaybird from now on.
What's your middle name?
Jeremiah.
Wayne. His middle name's Wayne.
Cyrus Wayne?
You know,
Cy Wayne Shashere.
Well, what was the guy from a different world? That guy's last name is Wayne. Dwayne Wayne.
no.
Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, that guy was cool. He had the flip glasses. Remember that guy?
Oh my god.
He was always my favorite. And his girlfriend was Whitley. Whitley was hot.
Who's that?
You don't remember this show?
No, I have no.
It was a spinoff of the Cosby Show, so maybe we shouldn't talk about
We
it.
should. Especially this episode. This is not the time. This is not the time to. Bill Cosby's dead in our world and in our timeline. And speaking of timelines, this is a great time to talk about timelines.
Bill Cosby, you were my TV father, then you raped people.
Yeah,
It made me sad.
it's very
It's an
sad.
unfortunate thing.
Sad time in 2019.
All right, so into this episode.
So like I said, I didn't take notes on this episode because I just kind of wanted to just talk about it. I liked it a lot. It's a really good episode of the Twilight Zone and just television in general. It has a very hard line message.
Yeah,
I kind of like to talk about what that message is and how it's presented here. There's a lot of crying on the internet about this episode. A lot of crying.
Crying in what sense? Like crying as in like actual sad people, or crying as in like
tears.
white
It's
racism?
a lot of white tears.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like everyone that's like talking shit about the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
because
basically.
Jordan Peele was like, oh, I don't want to put a black guy in my lead role because I've seen that movie. Like everyone has, and yeah.
Yeah, it's
You get these Fox News journalists bashing Twilight Zone and trying to bring it down.
Pretty much.
for that one reason.
This made a lot of white people sad, like super duper sad, because well, I mean,
They took my Twilight Zone.
so yeah, how is this an uncomfortable episode for two white guys and sorry
And
talk about
well, hold on. I don't need the taglines. Or just like the token. Okay, hold on. First of all, if this thing has taught me anything, first of all, I'm gonna carry my registration and my proof of payment of a car in my fucking car if I ever own anything nicer than the piece of shit truck that I have already. If I ever own an Escalade or any type of Mercedes or anything, the proof of purchase will be in the glove box.
that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me ask you a question. Do you guys have your proof of purchase?
No, I mean, I drive a 2003 Cadillac.
So I
Like already I'm like poor.
okay.
Yeah, I got a 2005 Ford Focus.
Yeah, so-
It's about to fall apart.
I don't think either of us have to worry about
I don't even
having a nice
know
car.
if I own it. I mean, like at this point, it's so old. I could have gotten drunk one night and sold it and just drove off. For all I know. But yeah, I don't. It's not something that I wake up in the morning and think about. But it does this.
Well, they make it polarizing right off the bat because with the comment about Kaepernick, they already let you know what the fuck this is going to be about,
Sure.
in my opinion. Because, like, if you weren't privy in 2016, 17, that time right there, was about a year ago.
Year ago? Well, I mean, that's 3 by my count, but yeah, can you move forward?
I can't count. But I know what I can count is that Donald Trump fucking said that you shouldn't watch the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick. So.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, he's notoriously racist. But yeah, that's beside the point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you mention Kaepernick, like, you already kind of set the tone. You're like, yeah, it took the Niners to the Super Bowl, took Kaepernick. Fuck him, it's the quarterback.
Yeah, they mentioned Kaepernick immediately, almost, and I think it's within the first couple minutes. You get that reference, and that's important. I think to the rest
I'm a
of the
Niners fan.
episode.
Shit, fuck it.
I don't like foot sports. Whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm right there with you, man. I've never done it.
But I knew what was happening with kneeling in the NFL, and I thought that was actually a good way. That's
a great way to protest.
Yeah, it's a good little piece of civil disobedience. And
got the president talking about it.
And it was another one of those things that just really hurt a whole lot of white people's feelings.
Yeah. Can't watch football.
And no one else.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of racists that were like, oh, you
Can't
stand up for the national anthem. And
You stand.
Yeah. And so I like I said, I'm a little hesitant to dive like too deep into the. I just don't.
It's okay, man. It's okay. We all know.
I'm the whitest guy. and
Same.
This isn't. It's not my arena. I am a advocate.
Yeah, I'm gonna make y'all talk more than the minority talk, just so you know. You know, my plan is to let y'all talk.
And I'm glad that this episode exists. I'm glad that there are a bunch of racist pricks that had to that were probably Twilight Zone fans that sat there and they sat through this and they probably white knuckled it through the whole thing and
yeah, I don't understand. Like, if
just so they can get on Facebook later.
Yeah, just so they can get on social media later and cry about it.
Well, if they hate this episode, there's a bunch of other episodes of the Twilight Zone they're gonna fucking hate. Like,
yeah,
especially.
But see, that's the thing is that you're not talking about I don't want to alienate anybody here, but you're not talking about a highly intelligent section of the population.
That's true.
If they're watching old Twilight Zone episodes, the social commentary in those episodes was much more subdued than it is in this new iteration.
Sure,
it's a little,
but it's still
surface. It's there. It's heavy at points, but it's just under the surface enough so that the sort of the science fiction or the horror or the fantasy or the mystery kind of comes above it, and
that one you showed me though, man. I am the black, I am the night.
Night, color me black. Yeah,
they take a couple times to shine a flashlight on it. They'll at least be like, hey, this whole episode's gonna be about.
It was
injustice.
that episode was a mirror on society in general. That was a mirror turned.
And this is before the 1964 Civil Rights Act too, wouldn't it have been? Because Twilight Zone aired in the 50s, correct?
It aired until 64, I believe.
Oh, so up to 64.
Yeah, that was season 5 too.
So I mean, leading up to that, could have even been a catalyst in some senses.
Yeah. This episode was hard to watch in a lot of ways.
Yeah, sure.
It's uncomfortable.
Which rightfully so.
Yeah, it should have been. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what it was intended to do.
Well, hold on. It should also be very happy and bright though too, because if you look at it though from the kid and the black people stands, aside from it.
Yeah, you feel the same fear that he.
No, hold on. Shut the fuck up. Hold on. No, listen. No, because no. Hold on. Let me speak my piece. Hold on.
Take your time. Go.
No, hold on. Because wouldn't you want to show somebody that they're wrong to? It's also great to show somebody that, hey, your ignorant way of thinking is wrong.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's also a good way to show someone, like, hey, I know you think you're right, but you're wrong. And for the first time, you can see from not only my perspective, from other people's perspective, your way of thinking is wrong. Just like your way of thinking right now is wrong. Like, you see, I try to do something, and that's all I'm saying.
I was just moving you closer to the mic because I can't hear you.
Oh, man, calm.
I'm sorry.
See, look, just calm down.
You.
Look, man, you got. It's very easy to toe the line of social injustice, and you just gotta let. It's anytime you try to put restrictions on another person, you're automatically losing. Star Trek.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like it. It's an uncomfortable thing if it was uncomfortable for me to watch. in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of people out there that they don't believe that these things are happening. And you can pull literal headlines out of the paper for every incident that took place in this episode, where this very thing happened.
Yeah.
Where someone was stopped. They said, "Oh, I need medical attention." Cop says, "No, I need to see ID. I need to, you need to get your car off the road. Whatever." It's this happens all the time. This is a thing in our country, and it's serious and it needs to be dealt with. I don't want to get too. It's just one of those. This is a very political episode, so it's hard to talk about without bringing politics into it.
Sure.
And without bringing the social commentary. It's maybe even more than social commentary in this case. This is almost like a cautionary film.
Well, hold on. You want to be careful, though. You want to be careful because me and Nick talk about this a lot. Like, as a minority, I'm also gonna say I don't want to feel like a victim. Don't make me feel like I should be like, oh, don't fucking pity me.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking sit there and tell me that, oh, whatever, though. You know what I mean? Because also there's a kind of feeling that I get that I'm like, I don't know, like when it's fucked up. He comes out of the diner and he just wants to show him the pink slip, and it's fucked up. He goes to show it, and he's fucking killed. We all knew what that outcome was. As soon as he went in that glove
felt
box,
it as soon as he went in.
He said, "It's on my phone."
Yeah,
I knew it was gonna happen.
like
and
biting
that's,
fingernails, waiting for that second.
right?
Yeah,
like,
that's and that's happened in reality.
Yeah.
So many times we can't even count it.
Yeah, that's how we were able to anticipate it immediately.
It's a wallet. It's a cell phone. It's whatever.
The wallet. I've seen that. It's
so that same anticipatory feeling you get when as soon as you see him come out there, it's also that good feeling you get when you see that first phone rise and you see like that look and he's like, "Hey, Lasky," or what does he say? Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? You know what's gonna happen. You're like, dude, you lost. You fucking lost here. So there are like
Game
those
over,
moments
bro.
where, fucking whatever, pity this, but it's also like, hey, fuck you. It's also one of those rebel causes. I don't know. I look at it as like a rallying. I like the idea of keeping it in a rallying cry, like eat a dick. I don't know.
Eat a dick is the rallying cry of...
Dude, that would be a great T-shirt to fucking like. If you know how Texas has the "Come and Get It" flag, mine for civil rights is "Eat a dick," and it's just like a picture of. Hold on, I gotta be careful here. Who's a disobedient civil rights? MLK or
I mean,
not MLK.
I mean, he was also just
Malcolm X.
Yeah,
Malcolm
there it
X.
is, Malcolm
Yeah,
X.
Malcolm X.
Yeah, I'd want a picture of Malcolm X thing, but he changed his ways though. In the end, Malcolm X renounced his fucking violent ways. So Black as the Night. He saw the light in the end, which is good. Tangent. Anyway, so yeah.
So going through the episode, let's just talk about we've got three main characters. We got Dorian, Nina, and Officer Lasky. Dorian's going off to college. Nina is his mother, and she is driving him there. The episode opens up with them in a diner. They're having a conversation, just mom and son conversation.
Yeah, she's excited. Her baby's going to college. Yeah. She fought to get out of what she was having to deal with in the ghetto, and I'm rising above that. I'm getting away from it, but she was more or less abandoning it, which we find out later on in the episode. Whereas that was something that she shouldn't have done.
And what's his the son he calls to? He makes a reference there, doesn't he? He says, "Just like you abandoned. What would Dad say? Or is that what your dad would say when you left to college?" And she's like, "Haha, that's what he said."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they make that little one off that she ran away from home. They dropped those little clue bombs.
But she left. Yeah, she left to go make a better life. And I think Neil, who was her brother, who what I gathered from just what was in his home, he was a community activist, heavily involved in this community, Black Lives Matter guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was all over his walls and like, pictures.
So he was definitely heavily involved in his community, and he felt like she kind of had an obligation to stay and help with his what he was trying to do, which was just bring his community together and make it better for everybody, and which she didn't. She decided to go off and do her own thing, and that plays a big part in all of this.
Yeah, because she was just trying to escape rather than face the social injustices.
Sure. So then they get in the car, start heading down the road.
8 Mile.
Get pulled over. What?
Well, I'm sorry. When you said the car, it starts in the montage shot of 8 Mile, like the 8 Mile marker.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it starts with the 8 Mile marker.
I didn't notice that.
8 Mile.
No, and Officer Lasky pulls him over, and forgive me, like I said, I didn't take notes. I'm trying to remember what the first altercation. Oh, it was the camera.
He saw him
this
driving
is that recording, and
Yeah.
she says, "Oh, I don't know," and and the son says, "Well, yeah, hey, I'm allowed to record you, man." Yeah. And he's like, "Turn it off," and he goes in and reaches to grab the camera. At which point, there's a little bit of an altercation. She hits rewind, and then they're back in the diner again.
Yeah.
And this kind of scenario plays out a couple more times with different outcomes and different altercations. Whether it's mom, like, he thinks mom's having a mental breakdown, and he's like, "Hey, we need to get her to the hospital." And Officer Lasky wants them to move the car off the road instead of just saying, "Hey, well, what do we need to do? Let's get you to the hospital. I'll move your car off the road."
Yeah, anything helpful.
Yeah, nothing helpful. He just wanted, we gotta, as soon as you're not in violation of code, blah 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 blah, I'll help you out. So he's a total dick.
Yeah.
Basically every time they have any kind of interaction with this guy. Including when she finally approaches him in the diner and
tries to like find out who he is.
Right,
and
he's
like,
trying to appeal to his humanity.
Exactly.
Just like, who are you? Like, let's find out more about you. I'll tell you more about me. You can tell me about you, and then we're no longer on separate sides of some imaginary fence anymore. We're just two people sitting in a diner having a piece of pie.
She tried hard too.
She did.
Yeah.
She tried so hard.
She did everything she could to appeal to his human side, which I gotta say, this guy doesn't have much of one.
No.
She got...
Yeah, because if you buy somebody a piece of pie and then turn around and go, "Ma'am, that's a nice car. Can I ask, how did you afford to buy that car?"
Yeah, what kind of fucked up thing
that
is
is the most fucked up.
I afforded the same way I did to buy you a fucking piece of pie. You
And
fat fuck.
not to stray too far away from the social commentary and everything in this episode, but real quick, this is when we see the license plate of the car, and there comes the Easter egg again, 1015. So Jordan Peele and his numbers, 1015's back from
what's
30,000 feet, and we're gonna talk about that again. In the,
that comes up. Well, it comes up. I think it's come up in every episode at this point.
You think?
I don't remember it in episode 1, but I know it's got to be there.
I didn't look for it in episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a
these,
return to episode 1.
I have a feeling that we will find it there somewhere.
Oh, in
Sure.
episode 1.
But yeah, it's kind of a weird little Easter egg he's throwing into or somebody's throwing that into these things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Jordan Peele or if it's.
How many people do you think are going to put their credit card numbers to 1015 now? It's a 4-digit.
I mean, I could totally put that as the last 4 digits of my license plate and put the 3 first or something else. That seems like a cool thing. Yeah. Actually, it's a cool way to like keep it going, keep it alive. But aside from the point, we can continue. I was just throwing in that Easter egg.
No, it's that is a cool little weird Easter egg that keeps popping up in these things. I don't know what it's supposed to symbolize. That maybe it surely has some meaning to somebody. I don't know, but so
Back to the diner.
They continue on. Finally, Mom decides, like, let's try a different approach here, and we'll go to a hotel.
Which the Powerball situation. Immediately, she's a better person than I, because I would have said, "Son, pack your shit. We're going to the gas station."
Yes.
And
Fuck
we're
college.
fucking buying a
Fuck
lottery
college.
ticket.
That was interesting to me because she uses that little, that little power that she realizes, like, oh, I can do this thing. And she uses it instead of using it to, I mean, she can clearly get rich. Yeah. Instead of doing that, she just decides, like, I'm just going to use it to like, basically con my kid into coming to see me.
Thank you for your love.
Yeah, which was cool. I mean, it showed her character. Right?
Yeah, it showed she wasn't looking to get rich. She was just looking to show him, or like find a way to keep in contact no matter what, because she knew he was going to college, he was starting a new life, and she didn't want to lose that connection she had with him.
She loves her
because
son.
he was like all that she had because she had left everything else.
Can I ask a question too? When the officer got there in this scenario, which is coming up, he said there was a disturbance call. They didn't even raise their voice in that room. I would have gone down and seen the manager and been like, are you kidding me? Disturbance?
You know, and I don't think there was a disturbance call. I think that was kind of
him just tracking them down.
He was okay, so in the Twilight Zone universe, this was kind of a case where you got a magical camera and you have a villain who clearly has the motive is just he's just a racist.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. This guy is out to get
an extreme racist, so much so that he is going to take time out of his day to find them no matter what.
Yeah, you don't need any deep like motivation or anything. It's just he's just coming after him. He's almost like a monster in this case. Like he is the monster of this like kind of horror show.
I like it.
And so he's like he's like Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He's going to come after these people no matter what they do.
No matter what you can't sway them.
And of course that comes that eventually comes full circle. But so there's an altercation again. The son tells him, you don't have to show you your ID.
Which is correct in this situation.
Wrong. Yeah, it is correct in that situation. He there's no reason for this officer to identify or ID him. And that's when something happens. He pulls the taser out.
Yeah.
Pulls the taser out.
They tell her to put the video camera down on the table.
Put the video camera down.
And then she tries to put it down, reaches over there, and he gets tased. Or he gets thrown up against the wall.
Yeah, he gets thrown into some kind of
motel art. Yeah, mart.
Yeah, some great
mart, if you will.
I didn't pay attention to the motel art. I wish I kind of would have now.
I bet you it's the landing.
The motel art is the best. Yeah. There's nothing better than motel art. It's always a
guy on a bench, or a guy on a bench.
Yeah, somebody on a park bench or a sailboat.
Yeah, sailboat.
Lots of sailboats.
Oh, God.
Sorry, that was my ringtone. It's just Captain Picard.
Picard.
Just telling us, reminding us, shut up, Wesley.
That happens, and then we
we're back
happened before the shooting.
Yes, that one.
That
one happened before he got shot.
Okay, so when he gets shot, when he ultimately gets shot in the parking lot after the conversation about with the apple pie, that's when they decide we're going to Uncle Neil's house, which is really cool. Uncle Neil is awesome. He, like I said, he's a community leader.
And also not to distract, but that's also the first time she loses the camera, correct? And she asks, like, where's the camera? It's like an evidence and everything.
I guess they confiscate it when they take Dorian to the morgue.
Yeah, so you kind of get this suspense, like, oh my God, is she gonna get the camera back and be able to bring it back?
So, and she does, and then they end up back in the car, and she just says, hey, we gotta just change everything. We gotta try something completely different. The thing, and it's the thing that she didn't want to do, which was go back to her family. Which was, she was avoiding this at all costs.
But she almost runs straight to it the next time down the road. She just straight turns, hard turn right back into where, to go towards Uncle Neil.
Well, no, she doesn't turn back. They pull off to the
No,
road.
I mean, like, but it's an immediate thing. Like, as soon as she sees that turn, she, like, splits straight off into that turn, does she not? Like,
No.
she's immediate,
No,
right?
they go pull over.
They pull over. That's what I'm saying. They pull over.
We forgot this
And
part.
you remember she asks, she goes, "What? How do you? I need your help." She's like, "I don't want you to say I'm crazy. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit." She's like, "I just need help. I need you to help me." And then he says, "Well, I programmed it before we left, and it's Uncle Neil's house. It's the route to Uncle Neil's house." And so he drives to Uncle Neil's house.
Yeah,
Okay,
because they had
that's right,
already
that's right,
they had already talked
yeah.
about going to Uncle Neil's house earlier in the episode, and she was like, "No, we're not doing that. We're just gonna go straight on to the school. We're not stopping at Uncle Neil's."
Yeah, then they play that song. He starts jamming. Like
Yeah, and that is.
he starts hitting that swerve.
Yeah, and that is when she lets onto him, like, this is everything that's going on,
Yeah.
and like, I need your help with this. Yeah.
That's when they do that.
Yeah,
And immediately he doesn't ask questions. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm on board. Let's do this.
And then they go to Uncle Neil's house, and we meet Uncle Neil. Uncle Neil's cool as hell. She actually explains what's happening, and Uncle Neil,
Without batting an eye.
is just like, "Yeah, I totally believe you," which I was fine with. Like in any other show where something like this was happening, or if it was a movie or something, I would be like, "Yeah, Uncle Neil should have called bullshit."
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
but
I haven't seen you in how long, and now you're gonna come here and say you have a magic camera. That's why you're here.
yeah.
Why'd you use it to rewind and make up for the years you've been absent?
yeah.
You're gonna need to rewind a little more.
Yeah, go back about 30 years and then come see me. We'll talk about like
We'll talk about your magic camera then.
No, but yeah, she's just like, "Yeah, I believe you." You know, Dad used to mess around with all the there's some kind of,
What do you say? The ancient
stuff from the old country,
the old something
country
like
or something.
Yeah, the old country or old world or something like that.
And so he kind of thinks like, well, maybe this is like some kind of voodoo. I don't know. That's the impression I got.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was Dad's camera. Maybe he did something to it. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, and the flashbacks too. Hold on, we didn't mention those flashbacks that she wanted to see too. Whatever, but it's not really important.
What?
Flashbacks.
No, continue. What
No,
are you
you
going
remember
with?
she has those, or flash forward. Sorry, she has those visions of her son with the daughter.
Oh yeah, of her
Trinity.
grandchild.
Yeah,
Yeah, Trinity.
Oh
Yeah,
Trinity.
it's Trinity.
They had
Forgot about that.
the little, and there's also another little boy there. It looked like.
Yeah,
There was,
maybe.
Yeah.
They had a couple of kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it
then
was, like,
Grandma
further on in his
was
life.
there,
Yeah.
and she was, you know.
Looking sexy, grandma, right there. With that gray hair.
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry. Tangent.
Yeah, that woman
was a
is,
tangent.
That
Yeah.
woman is very, very attractive.
You can call me.
Nina Harrison. Anyway. Anyways, so Uncle Neil is like, yeah, so I'm a community organizer, so I've got all these maps because I've been mapping the gentrification of our community. So I know where everything is. I know all the back alleys. I know the how to go underground. Yeah. So and
let's be brief, just like they were on this section.
Yeah.
Let's be brief because it's too.
Psy, you know, and I thought I kind of caught the same kind of reference to maybe it was just a little Underground Railroad.
Come on, man.
There.
Yeah, it was kind of a
I
hard-handed.
don't have a problem with
hand-
it.
I thought it was cool.
I don't
it was
have a
cool.
problem.
They didn't linger on.
They
didn't
didn't
make
linger
a
on
big
it.
Yeah,
deal.
were in there
yeah, they were pretty
20
quick.
Seconds, 20
Yeah,
seconds.
in and
it was
out.
That's
It
why I
was
was like,
just
okay,
And they
cool.
just came out and they're like,
That
all
was
right,
cool.
we're here at school.
Yeah, 'cause
we're already
you
here.
could-
Like,
yeah,
we made
They
it.
didn't have to go underground to get to safety. Like, come on, you had to go underground to get to safety.
Yeah,
What kind of fuck?
It came
No,
that
Chris, I'm
Storm
fixing to drop a
Raid-
hard
or
in right
whatever.
here. Nick,
Well,
please.
you also had to have it, as Chris is trying to explain, in order to get them to the college. It would be like something that would like keep them away from the cop's
it
eye.
came right out at the college.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
opened up right at the college, and that was their freedom. That was.
Yeah, I
Hey,
see the Underground
look, there
Railroad
was an
reference. We get you,
Underground
Si.
Railroad.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
I just want
There
you
were
guys to admit
parallels
it.
here,
I just
man,
want you to
okay?
admit
We understand.
I just wanted to address it. That's it.
No,
fine,
it's cool.
that's
It was a cool.
It's worth
little-
addressing.
cool.
That's
Okay,
fine. That's
okay.
fine. That's fine.
I liked
Moving
it.
on.
I liked it. So they get there.
I did too.
They,
I thought it was kind of cool. Like,
they emerge from the whatever that was. What was it? That those
It's like a
tunnels?
bunker shed.
He said
It's
those
like-
tunnels had been built like in the 1700s or
Yeah,
something.
before the fire or something.
Yeah,
like that,
there's some crazy man. But so yeah, they get out. They're at the college. they're like, oh, well, we made it. And then here comes Officer Lasky out of nowhere. And this guy, like, okay, so at this point, I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was like a...
It was a bunker.
Yeah, it was like almost like a bunker, like an underground bunker. Because when it came out, it's a big steel door.
Bunker, railroad, it's okay. It's cool, man. Call it whatever you want.
So they're like, sweet freedom. They got to the college.
Yeah, like home sweet home. We're good.
Yeah,
We're here. And you're like, yes.
With his sirens going and he's
Yeah, you just see those sirens.
and he immediately gets out of the car and
starts
pulls
like
his
advancing. Yeah.
like immediately.
Boom.
But hold on, no, we talked about this as like I don't want to get into deep about this, but we talked about this. We every time because I don't want to tell all of our business, but anytime any of us have run in with the cops, y'all have openly admitted a gun hasn't been pulled on.
No, never. I've never had a gun.
I've actually had a gun pulled on me.
Okay, you
got
an asterisk
in
though.
a
But you got an
church
asterisk though.
parking lot.
But that's an asterisk. That's an asterisk.
Yeah, no, I know.
So let's
I
just
know
be
that.
real. Let's just be real.
I accidentally opened my door instead of rolling down
Okay.
my window because my window was broken.
The last time we just dealt with
Gun
this,
in my face.
the last time we just dealt with this, I had a gun. The dude had a gun. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm just saying? Like, I just want to just make that law just one statement.
Yeah, the first thing is hands on the gun.
Hands on the gun.
Yeah.
I'm just that's all I want to say is that's fucked up.
Yeah, I've never had a cop pull a gun on me.
Yeah, it's a fucking terrible.
I have one shut in my face, but I was also driving a car from the 90s, so I understand. And I
I
was sitting
own-
in a church parking lot trying to play on a playground with my friends when I was like 18 years old.
All right, so back to Star Trek.
So yeah, good
or not
Star Trek.
Oh my God, I hate you guys.
Cy refused to watch Star Trek for the longest time, and now he is balls deep in Discovery.
Yeah, I got 25 years of therapy. I'm working through it. Fucking, I live long and prosper, man.
Now, if we can just get him to watch Next Generation, we're gonna
Fuck
be good.
no, not that.
Oh,
far.
you're going to.
Yeah,
Eventually.
I own my white privilege, man. I've never.
Oh yeah,
gone-
easily. I used it to the fullest.
I don't. I am shitty with cops when they pull me over. I don't.
Well,
I'm uncooperative. I tell them no, they can't search my car every time.
Well, that's what this scene I just get from this scene is like. It's like, and it's really nicely done because it's just like they do the shot back at the crowd and everybody has their phones back up.
And then it's
a
just like
real-
no one's gonna win at this point. These guys
Yeah.
are doing this live. Y'all are literally in the wrong, like clearly in the wrong. And there's no winning.
Well, it's just a
And that's also something showing you like now there's proof of what you're doing.
yeah.
Now everyone, like now the whole world sees it as essentially what that scene is showing you.
Yeah, they do a good job of it visually as well, just from a video aspect because they pan from the crowd to the cops,
Yeah,
to the
back and
people.
forth,
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's good. It's good to see it back to the cops.
And then the cops looking at each other like, oh, yeah, I think we're in over our heads here. Hey, you know what? We're going to pull out, buddy. We're done.
No words needed.
And
all through facial.
I also think that there's I think that there's also.
And I like that the crowd advances there, too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of kind of a message of like the kind of power of community and the strength of that a community can have if you
unify.
If you become a community and not just kind of cover your eyes when something bad happens
Or run away
or run away. And these and that's that, and I think that's a big theme in this episode is that community and family.
Yeah, and she ran, and
that is.
now she's realizing that's
and so
that's
she
what's
sees,
best for her son.
Yeah, what's best for her, and now she sees that when all these people stand up against these cops, all these cops have their guns drawn on them.
And these people have nothing for defense but their own cell phones, and that's it. No one else is doing anything that's going to advance the situation any other way.
And also, everybody film cops.
Yeah, always
film cops.
Always, it's legal.
If you see a someone on the side of the road that's, especially if it's a minority, and you feel like the cops are fucking with them, get out of your car and film them. You have every right to do that.
Okay, the
You
way
do.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you
you
fully stated that because I was looking at the video and I was like, I heard the end of it and I was like, wait, you just filming minorities getting arrested? Hold on.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
what I was
I'm saying like
no,
for
in
the
right way,
safety.
Yeah, for the safety.
For
yeah,
the
I got you.
safety of the person who is being fucked with by the cops.
Oh, because they're being fucked with.
Yeah.
They're
They that's something that I don't do it a lot, but when I can, I will. Done it a couple times. But yeah, definitely film cops. Usually they won't say anything to you. They'll just kind of...
Yeah, I think it's like 15 to 30 feet. It's what's required by law, and that's it. So you can
And
still stand back and then zoom in with your fucking
we've all got
smartphone.
digital zoom, man.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
But so yeah, and then at the end here, and we need to talk about this because Sai had a problem.
Oh, well, I have a game I kind of want to play real quick if we're gonna wrap this up. I want to play. How did he die?
How did who die?
Or did he?
Or did he? Or did he?
That's also.
Yeah, because I don't like the ambiguous Inception ending here, where all we get is the flashing light. I want to play. I want to hear how you guys think what happened. Give me the 5 seconds after the film closed.
Oh,
What do you
front.
think? What do you think happened when he went outside?
We have the broken camera.
He can't. So we can't rewind. We can't. There's no do over here.
No.
Yeah, this is final.
And
She's in there with her grandchildren. At this point,
Trinity.
we're hoping, Trinity. We are hoping that they've advanced so far in society with years passing that maybe this isn't going to be something that turns to a death.
Yeah.
No, I think that he walked out the front door and he got killed, and I think that, and I'm saying that simply because I'm trying to remember what Jordan Peele's extra on this was.
His out
The outro, whatever you want to call it, where he says, "You can't change." He says something basically like this lady. This guy was always going to kill this kid.
Yeah, no matter what. There was a bullet waiting for him.
And that's, I think maybe that's the Twilight Zone part of this.
It's probably one of their better endings.
Well, I don't think... Was there an outro for that one?
Yeah, it's just voiceover.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
voiceover.
okay.
It's
It's
voiceover
voiceover
as
only.
the
the
lights
sirens
are
are going.
flashing on her
Okay.
face. But yeah, I think that. And I also, and I mean, me and you talked about this earlier today, so I think that it was kind of a way of saying, like, you can't, and I think that maybe that was talking to all the cops and the assholes out there. This is, look, when you do this shit, you can't take it back. Like, you kill somebody's kid, you can't take it back. You can't rewind time. It's done. It's a done deal. This little video camera here, this is a fucking story.
Yeah, but
it's a cute story.
But this shit really
but
happens.
It really happens.
Yeah.
And when it really happens,
In the end, there's no camera.
yeah, there's no camera. You can't rewind time, and it's just done. So
that's a nice thing to think. If that was their intention on the ending message, it's a very nice ending message.
well, I hope that their ending message was something. And a lot of this is ambiguous, and it's hard.
Yeah,
to,
see, that's why I just wish they had finalized it.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard to put your finger
it's
on, but-
if you're gonna fuck with this porcupine, you gotta wear rubber, man. Like, be sure to align your P's and Q's. Like
Align your P's and Q's. If you're gonna fuck this porcupine, I'm lost.
Ladies
I'm
and
from
gentlemen.
Texas, so
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. This is not a thing
of
that
America.
People,
If you're gonna fuck this porcupine, align your P's and Q's. Don't. If when you're fucking a porcupine, you don't want your P's and your Q's
To be misaligned.
Yeah.
Well, it seems important. It seems impertinent.
Impertinent. Yes.
Or pertinent, or whichever one it is.
That's
Whichever
staying
one
in.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's no take backs
All right. Well,
on
Nick,
this episode.
how do you think he died? Real quick. Wrap it up. Give me your fantasy.
How I think he died?
Or if he died at all. I didn't mean to fucking damn him.
Old age.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that would be a
there's-
great way for him to die.
I
That would
don't-
be.
I
That
don't know
would have
that-
been, but I mean, we don't know that he died.
Yeah, we don't know that he died.
We just know that he went out there and immediately had a new altercation with the cops that she can't rewind. Regardless, he had a new altercation with cops, and
she can't
and she can't change it. And seeing the structure of the episode, it's clearly something to do with him being minority.
That's true. Yeah,
So,
especially with the red herring. In the
He
beginning.
either went to jail and
catch up.
it damned him, hurt his future, and hurt his children's future, or something happened. He pulled out his phone, or something happened, and we had the same exact interaction with Lasky that we had previously, and he was shot. Yeah. So either way, things did not go well, and there's no rewinding time. So I mean, that's where I lie.
I think he went outside and got ice cream, and those lights were secretly a Pizza Hut delivery van.
That's what we all hope for, and that he was far enough in society, forward in society, to where we don't have a problem with that anymore. But seeing that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 did seemingly nothing at this point, to where we're still having these social injustices, we're still having
back in time.
we're still having these problems, and if anything, it's now been escalated over the last few years. So now it's almost like, Make America Great Again just means like return to prior 1964, is
Make
what.
America shitty
That
racist.
sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. Make America Great Again. Anyway.
I think
This
that's
is
going to be episode 5, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean that's where we're heading with that one, because you got the fucking child running the country, so it makes sense.
Nice. Well, the episode is over, you guys.
So yeah, I think that's where we.
This has been Jaybird. I'm gonna do my count out.
Jaybird. I don't even know where you get a J in your
Fine.
name.
My name is Cyrus. This has been Cyrus speaking.
Yeah, this is Nick, and
Chris.
until next time, guys. Shadow and Substance out. Substance out. Substance out. Substance out.